Hello, folks. My name is Jen from Golden State Times. Welcome back to the newsroom, and we apologize for interrupting your day, but we have a breaking news report and update regarding President Trump's deposition to the New York Attorney General's investigation into his business and business practices. As you guys know, as we reported here at Golden State Times and goldenstatetimes.com, President Trump has refused to answer any questions in the deposition for the New York Attorney General Letitia James probe of his business. So President Trump has invoked his Fifth Amendment right to refuse to answer any questions by investigators for the New York Attorney General Letitia James investigation. So it says that this deposition that he did in New York had been scheduled in advance, but it comes just days after the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago in Florida as part of a probe into White House documents being taken home by the former president. So as you guys know, if you guys have been keeping up with us here at Golden State Times and goldenstatetimes.com, Letitia James is investigating President Trump's business practices at the Trump Organization in New York. Just a few weeks ago, Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Ivanka had already previously sat for depositions in that exact same probe. So this time, President Trump sat down for that deposition where he refused to answer any questions. As soon as he sat down, he pleaded the Fifth. It says President Trump announced in an email that he had invoked his Fifth Amendment right against making self-incriminating statements shortly after arriving for the court-ordered interview under oath at James's office in New York City. So that's the reason why President Trump was in New York at the time that the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago happened. He was in New York for, I think, a day or two before the raid on Mar-a-Lago, and he stayed there until now that he had to do this deposition. That's the reason why he was there when the raid happened. So President Trump said in a statement, he said, "I once asked, if you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment? Now I know the answer to that question," President Trump said. "When your family," he went on to say, "when your family, your company, and all of the people in your orbit have become the targets of an unfounded, politically motivated witch hunt supported by lawyers, prosecutors, and the fake news media, you have no choice." President Trump went on to say, "Accordingly, under the advice of my counsel, and for all of the above reasons, I have declined to answer the questions under the rights and privilege offered to every citizen under the U.S. Constitution." So previously, President Trump, during 2016, he had suggested that people who cite the Fifth Amendment when being questioned are guilty of something. So that is according to what the fake news is accusing him of. So the Attorney General's focus on this investigation is allegations that the Trump Organization improperly reported the stated valuations of some of his real estate assets for financial gain in the form of better terms on loans and insurance and tax benefits. So according to the New York Attorney General, Trump would inflate some of his assets, some of his real estate assets, to get better loans. He would bring down the value of those assets in order to get better insurance quotes and to pay less taxes. So that is what they're accusing him of. It says Trump's deposition came 2 days after the FBI raided his home at Mar-a-Lago. Once again, President Trump was not at Mar-a-Lago when it got raided. He was in New York. He was at Trump Tower when he got the call from Eric Trump, which was actually at the scene at Mar-a-Lago, where Eric told him, hey, the FBI is here. They have a search warrant, and they're pretty much raiding the place. That search was related to an ongoing investigation on whether President Trump broke any laws regarding White House records, which may have included some documents marked as classified, and how they ended up at Mar-a-Lago instead of the National Archives. So it says that a Manhattan Supreme Court judge in February ruled that Trump and his 2 adult children must submit to questioning by James's team. And the judge noted that they have the right to refuse to answer any questions that they claim might incriminate them. So President Trump did exactly what that judge told them he could do. And now the fake news media, the New York Attorney General, is criticizing him for doing exactly what the judge ordered him to do. Judge Arthur Engoron also wrote that if the Trumps, including President Trump's adult children and himself, invoked the Fifth Amendment, their refusal to answer questions cannot be used against them in a criminal prosecution. But the judge went on to note that a jury in a civil case is allowed to draw a negative inference when a party to the case invokes the right against self-incrimination. In other words, James could argue to a jury that it should assume Trump has conceded her claims against him by refusing to answer any questions, but just not in a criminal situation. President Trump has asked that judge to block the subpoenas or at least stay their enforcement until the conclusion of a parallel criminal probe of the Trump Organization by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. So his business is not only getting investigated by the Attorney General, but he's also getting investigated by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. And for similar things too, because one is civil and the other one is trying to be criminal. And they're trying to use both of them to try to make Trump answer questions. So they're trying to incriminate him in whatever way they can, whether it be civil, and then the stuff that they get from the civil suit can be used in the criminal one. So they're trying to get him to talk. President Trump has denied completely any wrongdoing in all of his pending probes involving his business, him personally, and what happened at the White House. President Trump said that he had absolutely no choice but to plead the Fifth in James' deposition following the FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago, because the current administration and many prosecutors in this country have lost all moral and ethical bounds of decency. And that's extremely true. Biden has now officially weaponized the DOJ, and the DOJ is using all federal agencies at their disposal to go after President Trump, his family, anyone near him, anyone that he endorses. I don't know if you guys saw the report on our website, goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com. Representative Scott Perry of Pennsylvania says that the FBI seized his cell phone a day after the Trump raid at Mar-a-Lago. If you guys haven't read that report, go and check it out on our website, goldenstatetimes.com. So anyone, even that he endorses, the FBI and other federal agencies are going to go after them. In a post on Truth Social early Wednesday, he also accused James of being a racist, a charge he has also previously leveled at her and two other prosecutors who are separately investigating him. That is crazy. It says President Trump and his adult children, Donald Trump Jr. and Ivanka Trump, for months have resisted complying with subpoenas for James, for Attorney General of New York, demanding their testimony under oath. But at the end, they end up sitting down for a deposition. So that is what's going on right now, folks. And this is going to continue. This is only one part of it. Like I said, the Manhattan District Attorney and the Attorney General of New York are both after Trump. And that's going against his business. It has nothing to do with the whole White House situation, FBI raid. It has nothing to do with all the other lawsuits that are going on against Trump. I've told everyone before that they're going to try to overwhelm him by any means possible to try to pin something on him. Anything. They're going to try to overwhelm him to the full extent. And to top it off, the RNC, the Republican National Committee, is telling Trump, you better not announce that you're running for president in 2024 before the midterms, or we will stop paying for your legal bills. So all of these lawsuits that are going on against Trump right now, both personal and under the capacity of him being a previous president, all of that is being paid by the RNC. All the lawyers are being paid by the RNC. Everything is, they are footing the bill pretty much. The Republican National Committee. But they told Trump, they warned him, and they said, if you announce your presidency to run for president before the midterms, we will take away that privilege of us paying for all of your lawyers. Since President Trump, here at Golden State Times, we announced that he will be announcing his run for 2024 in September. They told him, don't do that. Wait until 2023 and do it then. Now, will President Trump listen? I have no idea. Nobody knows. Only he does. Or probably not even he does, to be honest with you. But that's what the RNC told him. So in reality, he has no support from the Republicans. He has no support from the RNC. The RNC is paying for his bills as of right now. But he does have full support from the American people. And the more they go after Trump, the more the base becomes active, the more people think differently of him, and the more people support him and get behind him. But let us know what you guys think in the comments section below. What do you guys think about President Trump refusing to answer any questions in the deposition against New York Attorney General Letitia James? Or Letitia, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Letitia James. What do you guys think about President Trump pleading the fifth? What do you think about President Trump's prior comments regarding people that plead the fifth and now he's pleading it? Let us know what do you guys think about that. But thank you so much for joining us here at Golden State Times. We have a whole bunch of news reports on our channel here on YouTube, but also on our website, goldenstatetimes.com. That's www.goldenstatetimes.com. We have reports on the FBI raiding the personal belongings and wardrobe of Melania Trump as they raided the private residence of President Trump at Mar-a-Lago. We also have reports of the DOJ being forced to unseal the warrant that led to that FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago. We have that on our channel here on YouTube. It should be coming up on your screen very soon. And we have more breaking news coming out, including the IRS is hiring new agents and accountants, but with a twist. You guys will see what I mean about that. Very, very interesting report coming very soon here on YouTube. And also, we have information that an informer inside of President Trump's team is the one that told the FBI regarding these documents. So we're going to get into that in just a little while. We have some information regarding Fox News and the guy that runs Fox News, Rupert Murdoch's son, regarding what he thinks about Trump and how that news network, Fox News, is shifting. We'll get into that in just a little bit. Consumer prices rose sharply in July, 8.5%. We're going to be talking about that too. So stay tuned live here at Golden State Times for full coverage of everything that is going on. Thank you so much for joining us here at Golden State Times and for allowing us to enter your home and let you know what's going on in news and politics. For more information, go to our website, goldenstatetimes.com. Thank you so much, folks, and I will see you very soon. Peace.